You were always a loser, she sneered, sliding the divorce papers across the table toward the judge with a chuckle. Her boyfriend, wearing a shirt a size too small for his gym-earned ego, grinned smugly at me from across the courtroom. You had to see this coming, bro. I didn't respond, just gave a small, quiet nod. On the outside, I looked calm. Inside, I was ticking down the seconds. 3 years earlier, I thought I'd found my person, my forever. Emily had this way of looking at you like you were the only soul that existed. And for a while, I truly believed I was. We bought a quaint home just beyond the city limits. Old, full of charm, with a creaky porch swing. I carved out a garden for her by hand. She painted the bedroom in a soft shade of lavender she adored. Mornings were filled with pancakes and fresh coffee. Evenings brought wine and kisses on the forehead. It felt like something real, something unshakable. The first sign of trouble was subtle. A few late nights, a forgotten message here and there. I wrote it off as job stress. She told me her workload had intensified, new projects, looming deadlines, a shot at a promotion. I trusted her, until one Saturday. I came home ahead of schedule. Her car was already in the driveway. The bedroom light was on, the window cracked open, and then I heard it. His voice, smooth and confident. Laughter that didn't belong to me. Hers followed, soft, playful. Then silence. Then the creaking rhythm of mattress springs. I didn't go inside. I stood beneath that lavender-painted window and listened to my wife fall in love with another man in our bed. I didn't scream. I didn't cry. I simply walked back to the car and drove off, silent, hollow. But something in me broke that night, and something colder replaced it. Over the next 6 months, I became a ghost. I moved out, told her I needed some time and space. She agreed too quickly, like she'd been waiting for that excuse. I acted the part of the devastated husband, withdrawn, scattered, heartbroken. Meanwhile, while they were laughing, I was planning. I hired a private investigator, low profile but razor sharp. He brought me everything. Photos, call logs, hotel receipts, text messages. Even the ridiculous pet names they use for each other. King and Queen. Disgusting. Next, I found myself a new lawyer. Not flashy, but brutal and methodical. Together, we combed through everything. Our finances, property records, even backups from her phone. That's when we found it. The hidden account. She'd been quietly transferring funds into a private stash for months, disguised under defunct business names. It was slick, almost brilliant, but not quite good enough. On the day of a hearing, I wore the same suit I'd worn the day I asked her to marry me. She showed up in red, bold, arrogant, ready to perform. To her, I was still the quiet man who never fought back. Her boyfriend, lounging behind her like a prize she'd won, had the nerve to wink at me. The proceedings started fast. The settlement was clearly leaning her way. She'd get the house, a share of alimony, and a sizable portion of my business. She smiled. He chuckled, mumbling something about easy money. Then my lawyer stood up. "Your Honor," he said, placing a thick folder on the table. "We have new documentation to submit prior to final judgment." Her smile faltered. Inside that folder, proof of her affair, proof of embezzlement, evidence of misuse of our joint finances. Her boyfriend's expression collapsed first. The judge's tone shifted. "Mrs. Carson," the judge said sternly, flipping through the evidence, "were you aware these transfers violated Clause 4.7 of your prenuptial agreement?" She fumbled, tried to pin it on me. I remained quiet. "Given this breach," the judge continued, "this court rules that Mrs. Carson is no longer entitled to spousal support and relinquishes all claims to shared assets." Her mouth opened, but no words came out. Her boyfriend whispered something harsh. She slapped his arm. He stood and walked out, leaving her there, stunned, unraveling. Then came the final blow. Furthermore, the judge said, due to the deceptive nature of the fund transfers, Mrs. Carson will reimburse Mr. Carson for legal expenses and provide full restitution, effective immediately. That's when the laughter ended. Her hands trembled. The tears came, not quiet, graceful ones, but heaving sobs. The kind that expose when someone realizes they've been everything and lost. I passed her without a word as I exited the courtroom. She called after me, first my name, then apologies, then pleading. I stopped at the doorway, turned slightly, and looked her in the eyes. "You laughed at me," I said. "You and him. You thought I was weak." She couldn't answer, just cried, and then I walked away. It's been 7 months since. She had to sell the house. Couldn't keep up with the mortgage or the memories. He didn't stick around. Guess the king found himself another queen. My lawyer says she's never missed a payment. On time. Every month. I never read her letters. Didn't open a single one. Some people heal by forgiving. I heal by remembering, and making sure the world remembered too. She believed love made me blind, but really it made me wait. And waiting is what buried her.